Torrents channel, playing Torrents with the Spellhoarder. John, me. They will introduce their characters shortly like they always do, and we will continue without stop.
All right. Hello. I'm April. I'm playing Mayra Deepscar of the Azure Abyss. She is a Triton Paladin, Oath of the Open Sea.
Hi, my name is Joe. I'm playing Rax. He's a worm slayer, and I brought Rax's favorite mug.
Excellent.
That if his children knew who he was, would totally agree with.
Would totally agree. On the one day they're allowed to visit per year.
Visit each day.
So good.
So wrong.
Well, I'm John, and I'll be playing Ko, the Echo Knight. He's a turtle, and he's glad to have loot again. Loot is just so good.
Loot.
He's a looter.
Like a loot? Like a loot?
Yeah, well, remember, he's got his little bone flute. Let's see if I can
Bone loot.
We've been giving him gold all this time, and all he wants is 5 strings and the truth.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, Tommy here. I'll be playing Ferromalars, the young bronze dragon ranger.
Yes.
Who likes loot?
It's loot. Likes a little bit of.
Maybe more than Ko.
All right.
It's not, except Lars is like, it's not loot, it's just mine.
Right.
Yeah. So, recap time. There's a lot to cover, but let's just rethink and re-evaluate and retaste the latest events in our story. You are in the Gullet, this inlet, which gives home the estate and expanded town that surrounds it of Lord Yestriel, Lord Slisandor Yestriel of Silver Dragon, known for his skills in deep sea diving, traveling, exploration, knowledge of the wilds, surrounding areas. He's formidable, sits, as you can see on the image, sits on the cliffs and rocks inlet, and you have met here Liberty and Hope, and you are with Andris and Aishlin, who you traveled with, and you all, of course, Karin Kraxus, the Silver Dragon, friend, ally of Lord. You've all gathered here. You helped to save some souls from the clutches, their half-dragon masters, namely Clan Estrilax, Oil, Witch, as they call her. And you brought these people here who have liberated, because Lord Slisandor Yestriel is a devout hero of freedom and also of personal achievement, liberty, and hope. Because maybe he named these girls. Because these values he holds more important than ruling over subject slaves, whatever these other half-dragon clans do, and him being one of the 6 clan leaders, elders of an ancient clan who's on the Council of the Scales, he has voice and he has power to do things, maybe even bring about a certain change status quo, which is obviously seems far-stretched and very unachievable by, it would be seen unachievable by many, but this group sit together with the table seems to be highly committed to the cause and they consider it a reality and the goal that they are pursuing with all their resources and devotion. And they think, and especially Lord Slissander Yesel thinks that if they and you would bring Ishara back from the dead, Ishara, the soft-spoken elven woman who had exactly 199 years ago led a revolution, created movement called the Children of the Coffle. Where did the book go from the screen? Oh, which was that.
It's there.
So it's not. Second. Actually, he hands you a copy.
Which is
So
entitled Songs of Unbinding.
it's the Songs of Unbinding, very famous. If you see the cover, it's the chains being cut, the child being raised by a woman, mother, and he also puts down this book. So, if Ishara, who wrote this book, who led the revolution against the half-dragon masters, who organized and offered hope to all of the slaves who joined her side and listened to her songs, maybe she could do this again, and she could bring about the change, create a new revolution. Of course, this is dangerous. People die, and Lord Slissander admits that and knows, but he says that without fighting and without sweat and blood and sacrifice, you can't reach your goals, and they won't give it up, really. And if you want to make, if you want to change things, then you must act. So, obviously, the half-dragon clans have massive armies, but he reasons that 95% of the population are slaves. These massive armies are also distracted by the Sahuagin invasion, which he already said that will not support he will not support the Scaled Council to form a unified war effort against the Sahuagin because it keeps people distracted. Of course, he knows that the slaves who die in the wars against the Sahuagin are again sacrifices and all, but still he considers this at least as an option to utilize in his war against the other 5 members of the other clans, all of the other clans. So, there are points when you realize that this is a bit of a an unrealistic undertaking that he's trying to do. But he says that we need to bring back Ishara. This will change, turn the table, bring the tide that is necessary, and puts down the book. He says that she's been dead for almost 200 years. There is only the most powerful divine magic can bring her back at this point. And if because they know where she died, the location and the time exactly. If she's not revived before the time passes, which is going to be in 3 months' time, then all hope is lost forever. At this point, Hope starts to cry, and Liberty draws her nearer to herself. But he explains that this is a momentum, and we need to act. They know where the body is. There's a village in the jungle. Survivors of the long range descendants of these rebels, rebelling slaves have survived in the jungle. They didn't want to go back to their masters. After being defeated, a handful of them just grouped together, from the jungle, climbed back and just formed this village and their descendants are still living there. You could unearth the body, the physical, actual body of Ishara from there. And we need to find a way, he says. He doesn't have a way. He doesn't know anybody who could revive her, resurrect her. But there is an option. Maybe the Green Oracle might know it, because if anybody is looking for an answer to a question that they don't, they don't know the answer to, they turn to the Green Oracle, especially if it has a big impact, because he's asking for 10,000 gold pieces or the same value in magic items for the answer, if he considers those who court him for his services, a good subject to lend his services to.
And we have another question.
And
to
then
ask.
you also have another question, because you find out that, and three things, I would like to talk about three things. The second thing is you figure out that if you want to fight the Suhugin, you need underwater armies. And if you want underwater armies, then you need creatures, army units or whatever that can fight underwater, because the Suhugin are coming up to the shore. The land-based troops are these slave armies of the half dragons are stopping them. Many die, but then you've seen the spawning grounds. They respawn, dark blood infested, these mutated Suhugin just keep coming forth from their spawning grounds, and this is just stalling the situation at this moment, and people are dying, and you need to, if you want to stop them, which landlord system there is opposing for the time being, if you want to stop them, you need underwater options, and you don't have any, so you don't know anybody except
we do, except for the city of Arbanshi.
There are two options. There are two options. One is the deep sea elves from the city of Arbanshi, who also need to be liberated from the rule of Morgar, the Kraken necromancer, and there is one. Yoda said exactly what he said. It's another, and that's, you just figure out that's actually Felomar grandmother. Smirmurdirjan, the only, it turns out, not the only, but one of the two ancient dragons in the region. And an ancient bronze is absolutely powerful. It is such a force. They know it's a grumpy old female dragon who has been who's been sleeping for decades now. But if you could find out the resting place, which is of course a secret, nobody knows, and that's what Felomar is seeking for so long and haven't found. If you could wake her and you could convince her, maybe she would be of assistance. But you have good hopes for convincing her, because obviously she's against the Suhugin, swarming the same waters that she swims in, because she's a water-related creature. And also you have a little cute big-eyed grandson who is probably able to convince Granny with the kiss and the smooch and the hug, or however dragons do this. But still, yeah, this is an opportunity, and that's two questions already. And then the third thing I think I wanted to talk about was Morgar. But you know the situation. You have a complete plan of how to liberate the city. This basically needs only one component, and that component is luring Morgar away while you are, destroying the lesser threat city, with the aid of the Knights of Arvanshi, who are a unit of seahorse riding veterans, and also they say that they could motivate and move more deep sea elves in the city and also some of the merfolks who are residing. So you could form a formidable army there, vanquish the forces left behind by Morgar, and then face Morgar all together and try to defeat it. And you decided as the last moment was that you all decided, and that was our cliffhanger, that you are going to go and visit
Osios Sontir.
Ozzy.
Yeah, Ozzy.
Yeah.
Old
Osias.
The Great Wizard Oz.
Ossiask Sontir, the Green Oracle. And Lord Slissander yesterday provides the funding for this very costly rendezvous, which is basically literally 20,000 gold pieces of gemstones in a little, or not so little, medium-sized chest brought in a couple of hours, and while the discussion goes on and the decision, it is brought in front of you on the table by two of his servants. It seems heavy, and when you open it up, wow! And that's only to ask 2 questions. He's an arrogant beast, says the Lord. Be very humble, even if your blood froths with anger. He's going to be... He has an irritating attitude.
Just kind of run. I think Rax is just going to kind of run his hand through the gold, pick it up, and let it fall through his fingers, and look up at the Lord.
It's gemstones.
Gemstones. You've been to his lair then?
Never. And he shouldn't.
Oh.
He shouldn't. Very important. He should not serve his own.
You've not been to his lair then?
I have not. I know of others who've been. And it was a minor clan. Their clan found their doom in just asking a question from him. It turned out to be to their, not to their benefit, and it caused their destruction. So be very, very this one. He's evil, calculating. He's very greedy.
What would be the consequences if he is no more?
Well, we would be left without options. We would be left without. That's what
Answers.
he's leveraging on.
And you'd be left with some extra gems.
If you would learn. Let me put it this way: if you learn what you need to learn, and you think you don't need to ask him questions later on, because he knows the past, the present, and if you put him down, which I doubt you could, because he's a powerful wizard and a dragon, formidable size. But if you could, go on with Pro.
Just with
He
our
doesn't have
encounter.
any friends, and he doesn't
Okay.
make allies.
Okay, I guess that's my concern. In the encounters that we've had with just some random dragons along the way, it seems like there's only one route to our safety, and that is to put the dragon down. So
Depends on the encounter. He has, he will offer you his services. He'll be greedy. He'll try to get more out of you. He'll try everything to feed his horde, and to get no information, out of it. But be very tight-lipped and be very focused.
looks over at Rax.
And then he looks at Rax.
What do you know of his lair?
The less you say, the more chances you have of survival.
Okay.
And the more chances you have, you don't cause trouble. He will try to live with any information. He'll try to leverage on any information. What I know about his lair is famous for the noxious fumes that pour out of it. It is a place where where, yeah.
Right, it's inhospitable to those who might be coming here to do some business.
He meets all of his acquaintances outside of his lair, on the cliffs, because the sulfurous, noxious fumes that pour out from the caves, that fill the caves, he puts it so, are choking and deadly and harmful along those who breathe there.
Can he read minds?
He's a wizard. I don't really know what his power, what spells he uses. He's a diviner, that's what I know for sure. So he's focused on divination magic mostly. That's what he's famous for. But I'm telling you, he has whatever he's considered to be we have a very good line here. So the information from him is considered to be solid truth. What he says, what he speaks, will happen, have happened. He knows the future.
Right. Well, look around the group. I do recommend that I'm not the one that converses with this green dragon. Highly recommend it. And what I do recommend is, since we're going to do this outside the lair, you drop me off and somewhere a bit of a distance. And I don't tell you where I'm at, but I'll keep a close eye right down the barrel. Huh?
I was going to say, Celeste has me feeling more comfortable with a one dragon encounter. And of course, your marksmanship with her. Sure.
The only spell I got is a good shot.
Yes.
Keep me a bit of a distance away. I'm not going to tell you where I'm at in case the dragon tries to read your minds. Gets a glimpse and you won't know, but I'll keep an eye on you the whole time. Because if you let me talk to it, we're going to end up in a scrap. And that's not good for anybody. Green dragon's bad for business, always.
We should have a signal when it's time to end the conversation.
It's the click of a crossbow. Let's agree on the click of a crossbow. Says Henrys and laughs. Tell me when you're ready. And while you are preparing, we'll have a word with your liberty. Henrys.
Well, I think Lars has got a good suggestion. We should agree on something that's a signal. An actual signal.
I think when the weapons come out, that's your signal.
When,
that's true.
When it breathes its noxious gas.
When it takes a breath.
So well, actually, last time you've decided that you go with your ship, if you remember, and then that Ferromalars flies back if anything needed or need to inform anybody or need to take somebody like Aishlin. They return to their rooms and all, and it's up to you when you leave, what you do, what resources you ask for, or what decisions you, operations you.
Mayra, any thoughts before we leave, or shall we depart?
I think we're ready.
Hoorah.
Wait a minute.
Yes,
Hold
sir.
on.
Okay.
No. If I'm going to be at a distance, I'll need a way to close distance quickly. Look over at the silver dragon, the lord.
Yeah.
My lord, do you have any court wizards, anything like that?
What a formidable power. What are you seeking?
I'm looking for something to help me close distance. I want to be a bit of a ways away, and if it goes down, I can definitely bring out O Celeste, but I might need a way to get there quickly.
Well, he looks at cutting cruxes.
I don't need nothing permanent, just a quick one do it all.
Yeah, Cutting Cruxus nods and says, I'm ready to be your ride if you...
Oh, I was thinking a bit of a scroll, something not so living.
I'm sorry, but we need to go back to the Seat of Scales to magic
To get a
source,
scroll?
source. Fortunately, I have no. Well, all the scrolls we can provide. I don't know, but we are not well equipped.
Don't worry about it. I'll make do. That's what I
High
do.
magic.
Rax, you'll just have to survive and
Yeah,
take care of
I'll
your
wing
kid.
it. I'll
Well,
wing it.
perhaps is there? I'm not familiar with the way of dragons, but it sounds like green dragons are not particularly, and this one in particular is not fond of others. Perhaps Laj should stay back with Rax. That way, if they need to close and get close,
I like it.
they can come together. And it would also perhaps not impose another dragon into
Right.
a dragon's space, which I imagine perhaps would seem as hostile, potentially.
I like it.
Yeah, Lord Slissander says that the Isles of sometimes dragons, no dragons, their lineages, they have interwoven history together. His presence won't be considered as sort of oppression. You don't have to go.
And so I think we agreed that the silver dragon would come because the silver dragon would go back to the Astral to.
Oh,
He's
I thought Rax pushed back on that. So,
Oh no, I was just saying the silver dragon doesn't have to hang back with me, so that it can be of use in the fight if there's a fight, like quickly.
And there's coming
But
over there, but then talking to and being seen by.
right.
Mayra's not about big, complicated plans. Like, let's get up there.
As
Let's
long
go find a
as,
dragon.
long as you,
We're gonna ask her
as
questions.
as long as you lot know what you're going to talk about with this thing and the way you're going to talk to it, then we're good. I'll keep an eye from a distance. Everybody can get where they want to go and be most comfortable.
Hey, are you riding Cutting Cruxus, the Silver Dragon, or Romalars? None of them. Either of them.
We're taking the I would absolutely. I think Brax would absolutely do that, just to stay with the group, but also a distance overwatch for the group. That's essentially my job, is overwatch.
Okay, so
We haven't started calling it that yet, but why not?
you board ship, and people at the dock are amazed at the spectacle that the ship without a crew, they call it the ship without a crew, starts sailing, and everything moves on its own, and it's only Mara nodding and waving a rod around.
And they're like, why is she talking to herself?
Yeah.
As
And
we're
you
walking
are-
to the ship, can I whisper to somebody like a young kid as we're walking by? I think Rax would be like, "It's full of ghosts."
And the kid just jumps next to under his mother's skirt. You board the ship and you issue the commands and the commands, and the ship just raises its wing-like sails, all 6 of them, and it's still a silver dragon, right? Looks like a silver dragon ship, and you make a turn and you come out of the harbor. You can also see the same design, three silver dragon ships of Lord Slissander Yastriel being docked. Very busy piers. And then you sail out and I'll just roll a d20 to see the weather. Tommy, can you please help me out with all these?
Sure.
Let's roll a white one. Why not? I think 10 is a normal weather.
So
You travel 5 hexes. 1, 2, 3, 5 hexes. And the first day passes. You've seen a serious looking steamship around here. These waters, but you don't see it now. And second.
I was gonna say, Ko would definitely be keeping his eyes out for that Stingray ship.
Just need to check something. And then another weather check. Ooh-ha.
Hurricane.
Hurricane. So,
And a random encounter as well, please.
yeah. Let's do random encounter. Both days. 1 second, but let's start with the first one. So, first day. Second. It's a storm. So let's talk about the storm. So Mera, behind the wheels, or behind the wheel, the ship needs to cross between these two bodies of land masses. And while you're only open and it starts to get dark, you're supposed to arrive, I think, just let me, 1, 3, 4, not even a full day's travel, okay? And also, you see the map here?
Mm-hmm.
You pick up a current, which speeds you, right? So, when the night falls, you are on the current, it takes you the direction you actually want to travel. And of course it goes a bit north and you will take your turn to the south. But you can feel the ship gaining speed and it's all nice, but you can see that with the night and with the cooling of the air moves in a huge storm. You expect it to be heavy, you see the dark clouds already, but the problem is that it turns out to be heavier than you expected. And eventually, after the rain starts pouring and very heavy rain, and then it starts to be, it starts with small gusts of wind, but then it becomes moderate, heavy, and then it can put the pressure on even more. And you know you're in for a challenge. Now, in severe wind, you must succeed on DC 15 maneuver check. And the maneuver check again is off your proficiency, your cruise proficiency, plus -1 basically for the dexterity of the ship. It's a big ship, big bomb. And that's you have +2 from the crew, which again comes to your mind that it's nice, but an expert crew is much better than these unseen servants. So they are like untrained newbies in terms of experience, sailor experience. in a scale of 1 to 5, they're 1. So you have what's your proficiency bonus? 6.
+6, yeah.
So that's 3. That's 1 for the ship's dexterity, because it's both, that's 2, plus 2, that's 4. You must succeed in a DC 15 maneuver check to effect. In a failed check, the ship will be hindered in movement, half speed, and you have a chance of just sinking. It's very rare that this happens.
And the game totally changes.
And you need to make 3 maneuver checks to escape the storm.
Okay. So it's a D20, and what's the modifier again? 4? And I need to do 3 checks?
No, that's just the sinking then.
Oh, that's the single. Yeah, sorry, just
So just 1 check.
1 check, just to
okay.
keep the ship out of.
And don't roll a 1, because then we sink.
Then you see.
That's okay, I can swim.
It's just nice.
And it's a good thing we don't have a crew. Okay, it's a 15.
It's a 15. So you keep ship steady. You don't even lose speed. So you ride the waves. You know, when it goes up, you go against it. When it goes down, you go straight down. And people are like, whoa! It's like a massive roller coaster. Right? You're all wet. Everything needs to be tied down. So your first, when you see this, for your first command to the LCP is to secure everything. And you ride out the severe storm. It's your ship. And by night, as night falls, you
Can I roll the D100?
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
94.
Alright.
You muted, Joe. Okay.
I know. I know. It's because I'm taking sips of things, and when I'm looking at my character and moving, it's like I click and clack a lot. So yeah. So but I will say that riding the storm out, I think Rax is definitely absolutely loving it, and shouting things over the mist and water hitting his face. You normally have to pay a lot of gold to enjoy something like this. To have this much fun should be illegal.
Alright, let's do a bit of a reverse here. So the storm is heavy, the rain is falling, it's really, the ship is creaking, the masts are bending, and Rex has the time of his life. And he holds on to these ropes and he's like, woo! Like when you drop like 10 meters from a huge wave that Mara rides with the ship without a blink of an eye, and as you do that, Rax just spots something out of his eye, and it's fog, or is it a ship? And then
You've got to be kidding me.
See within the storm, on the next wave next to you, with the same movement, but totally in an airy movement, so not even touching the water, is a ghostly ship, a couple of miles, okay, just 1 mile, like a small spot, or maybe
I shouldn't have said it.
Visibility is not that big off.
I shouldn't have said it. I vexed us. I cursed us. I think he's gonna run over to the group, untie himself from where he's been holding on and just enjoying himself. I'm afraid I've cursed us.
I doubt it. What did you do?
I told a child that the ship was manned by ghosts because they was looking at all the things moving around because we've got this invisible crew, and I was like, oh, it's ghosts. But no, point out at the where I saw it, it's ghosts.
You all look in the direction, and you can see that this ship is absolutely unaffected by all of the storms and waves and the physique that goes around with this, and it just straight directly comes at you.
There's only one way to deal with this. We have to offer a sacrifice. Who's it going to be? Because it's not going to be me.
Oh,
We should have got
you
rid
don't
of
have the Abelet spell slaves with you anymore.
I knew we shouldn't have turned over those spell slaves.
Could have ended their lives with purpose.
They are closing in on you.
And the crew?
Well, you don't see the crew yet.
The basilisk, the ballista that we have is not magical, right?
It is.
No.
Great question.
Still think Ko's default action would probably go ahead and like move one close to try to have it ready to shoot just in case.
Okay.
You know, it is a ghost ship, but who knows? And it's always good to have something big to shoot.
April, being the captain.
So if it's now heading to us, and does it look like it's trying? The way you described it, I'm assuming that it's like
coming
random.
at you.
Right. It's essentially
You
ramming.
can
It's
try
like-
to outmaneuver it because it's far,
Yeah.
and you
that-
don't know. It doesn't appear next to you. It doesn't come with supernatural speed. Maybe if you outmaneuver the storm, you outmaneuver the ship as well. You're not sure, but it's coming directly at you.
Yep. Okay.
Even
let's
the
do it.
waves wash over it. You're like, woof, unaffected. It just comes.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and let's try to avoid it, outmaneuver it. Let's not get ectoplasmed.
Yeah, yeah.
Alright, so I made a roll. You make a roll.
Okay. I'm putting
That's how
it-
this game is played.
Is it? Is
It's a
it the-
+4 still. Your
Okay.
maneuver check. Or navigation check.
It's a natural.
Alright, well you have already found the shortest route out of or you have, no, not the shortest route. You have mastered the wind and you have mastered the waves and you know how to keep the ship safe in this storm. But now you just figure out a way to basically ride a wave like a surfboard, which speeds you up so much, and you shift from one wave to the other, and even it's a natural. It's a spectacular sight how the ship rides the top of these waves, gaining speed with each push of these tremendous skyscraper size waves, which basically brings you out of the storm and also away from the spectral ship, so you will not experience the captain. And you land out of this storm, and the rain is just pouring now, and soon it's a clear sky, and you come close to your destination, of course marked on your map by the Lord. And you see the cliffs on this. These are little islands. So if you look at the map, you can see that these are dots of islands here and there, and on one of them.
Alright, so I think before we arrive, we
Caves
should
of unavoidable.
drop Rex off somewhere before the ship arrives.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's a good idea.
so Karin Craxus, or is it Feromilars you're riding, or
No, cutting
Karin
Cruxus.
Craxus? He goes, oh, it's time. And also, of course, he says there that I've seen many navigate many ships, but this was spectacular. This is the content of epic tales.
Deserves a wing clap.
Never seen anything like this before.
It's going to get a whole chapter in my new book.
Oh, chapter.
Is the chapter title "How You Cursed Us"?
Oh, that's definitely going to be in there. And also about a bit how I feel like maybe I'm becoming a bit of a prophet myself.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bit of an oracle. I mean, there's a reason I told that child. Did I say that to the child because I wanted to be, goofy? Or did something really come over me and I had some information? I mean, I don't know.
you
could be.
You could have a budding prophet or wizard or diviner.
You
Yeah.
spoke about ghosts, and it was.
And it happened. Yeah. So I'm predicting incredible success
Ah, good.
with this endeavor.
Karin Craxus allows you to climb on his back, and you take to the air. And his first question is, what distance you need from the caves?
Given the distance, my best distance for Celeste. I can't remember
Please.
the optimum distance for a
Look up the range. I mean, you have the disadvantage
crazy
range.
big crossbow.
You have the disadvantage range, which is probably much higher, like 600 feet or something. And then you have the normal shooting. So which
I definitely want
choose?
the normal.
It's probably like 200 something.
240.
240, I remember, but maybe it's a big memory.
Right. That's how far away we want to be.
All right, so like 220, 200, 240, below 200. You land. So what you do is it's the rain is still pouring. You see, there's thunder. I just did that because I have this sound. And you see these caves, these rocks. These rocks, and then you see these caves, and you see these yellowish smoke bulging forth from many of these openings and caves, and oh, that's the place, says Cruxus, and you land on one of the cliffs overseeing all of these caves. Like it's like one side of a cliff with many caves, and you're 225 feet away on a rock where Cruxus tries to hide behind rocks. I don't know if you're hiding or not. He's not really good at that, but he keeps very low and leans over rocks.
I am 100% hiding and stealthing it up, and if the dragon is not good at it, I'm gonna help him. Well, let's put some branches on you. Look at it. We can get this down. Put some leaves all over it. Rub this dirt on your face.
We need 2 rolls for that. One's for your high check and your stealth. And
Let's go.
One that you assist with, so he will roll one with an advantage.
Okay, fine. I'm a ranger and double specialized in stealth.
Oof. See, you're good at something.
I can do something. By God. I've got a key. Let's see
So
here.
his stealth is +4. He's going to roll with advantage. That's D20 with advantage.
Here we
Roll.
go.
With the silver dice, he rolls 23.
25.
23, 25. Please remember these 2 numbers. 23 for Karin Cruxus, 25 for good old Rax.
When he finishes stealthing himself up, I think Rax is gonna go, "Hey, where'd you go? Where'd you go? I can't even see you. It's so good what you did. Well done."
Well done, well, you helped him a lot. She's such a successful.
Once we get kind of like the ship slowing down and we're starting to navigate and set up, Poe would sneak down to the kitchen and make Mara a little snack, her favorite tea if we can get it, and just a few little things, and then bring it up.
Need snacks for the trip.
Yeah.
I love it.
Caves
Well,
and-
less from the trip, but knowing that it's hard to navigate and she doesn't have time to eat or anything else, and
yeah,
then
Yeah.
just need a little
He's worked
refresh.
hard.
you are.
Co's so good.
Co's a giver.
He is. He's the best.
These caves are just above the wall.
Are you guys having the whole image? Isn't maybe I just need to refresh.
You need to maybe refresh or zoom out because it's all darkened and only one.
No,
part of it
it's
is.
like the image as a whole. It's like cut out in the middle. So I just refreshed. I figured the problem's on my end, and
You see? I see.
Well, and I was wondering if that was a fog of war.
oh, that's what that is. Okay, so we were told that we
Do you
were.
see the image?
I see the image, but I see the up. So there's the big image, and then there's the upper left corner, and then the bottom
Yes,
is the
yes,
only
yes.
thing I can see the picture, and then there's a big black space,
Yeah,
which
because that's where the dungeon is.
that's the fault. Right, that's on purpose. Okay, I thought it was my screen, and
No,
that's
no,
why
no, no. I just revealed the front image and the title of the
Gotcha.
dungeon map. Let's go meta. Yeah, go ahead with your
So,
question.
yeah, so Ystrel had said that the dragon was going to meet us, or meets supplicants outside. And you said we had directions. So once we, what do you do with ships? You dock them. Once we dock the ship, anchor the ship, and then head to wherever I imagine this outside area is kind of that we're gonna call out to the dragon.
All right, let me describe this environment. So the rocky cliffs rise at a low angle. Their surface is dotted with caves that exhale yellow sulfurous gas. The fumes create an eerie ambience, casting a pale, otherworldly glow on the surroundings. The air is heavy with the pungent odor of sulfur, adding to the mystical atmosphere. The cliffs are void of any form of vegetation or signs of one. It is raining also, and you can see that these cliffs are just above the water level. So you water and then the cliffs rising. Angle. It's these caves. So you go there and call for and say, Osias Xontir. They are here. What do you say?
Oh. So once we
Osias Xontir.
Yeah. I think Mayra goes a few rounds with Lars and co. Oxia. Right. I've got it. It is common tongue. Difficult, especially when you add draconic to it. So when she's sure she's got the pronunciation, heads up there and bolsters out with her full 16 charisma. I don't even have performance. I have persuasion. And bellows out his name. Ancient, wise, we seek your guidance, power. Request only your strength, wisdom can match. Will you hear our questions as we bury you here?
Tell him about the gemstones.
Right. For such a request, we will honor as it so with riches that it deserves.
Co would make sure that the way up front, open, shiny.
Yeah.
You're on the ship.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought we went to like a.
I thought they were at the mouth of the cave.
Or wherever.
You stay on the ship.
It's your.
Okay.
Whichever. Which one do you choose?
We would have. Mayra's thought was whatever Ystrel guided us to do. How do you approach the dragon?
You can go close with the ship, but obviously there's going to be 100, 150, 200 feet from the shore. You don't want to risk, any waves. They're just.
I love the broken speech. That was very, very cool.
Do you want to be on the ship or just climb out, stand on the rocks?
If it's not a smooth place to stand.
No, it's not. It's rugged.
Okay, and then we'll just stay on the ship.
All right,
and
so
then
you're like 150
Yeah.
feet away from the shore, and you shout in the rain all of your speech that you just presented.
Cast compel duel. No.
And
We're trying to get his attention, right?
Osias Xontir emerges from his lair.
Show us the picture.
No, relax. The first thing you see within the sulphurous dark caves is the gleaming two spots of his eyes, which are bright with energy and shine in a yellow. with a yellow emanation. It's yellow magical these two dots that emerge first, like form in the dark caves where this yellow sulfurous gas. And then it shows its ugly, huge face, and it's all, its body just comes forth from one of these caves. Let's say this one. Okay, just right hand side, middle right hand side, okay? And steps forward and sits on its two back legs on its tail and raises its hand, looking up at the sky. I'm showing you the image. Una secunda. One second. It's here. We need to, unhide it. It's going to be on the right hand side. Please zoom in on it, because it's worth. I'm going to shorten use as well.
So many pretty things to take.
You know what? I'm just gonna move him in front of his caves.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Make him smaller and put him in front of the caves just to put him in the scene, right? And zoom in on him. So he has these.
Is he wearing a loincloth?
Yeah, sort of. He has these trinkets, necklaces, and all that, and wristbands and things hanging from it, and has glowing yellow eyes.
Like we've seen before.
Like you've seen before with, let's say, Lord
Pismos.
Pismos, who had the purple glow. This one.
Oh, okay. That took me a moment.
Oh, did we find another?
He's been drinking a juice.
He's been juicing.
All these juicers around here.
We got to start.
Well, he's not natty, I know that.
Yeah.
And he says,
We gotta stop the influx of drug trade.
We gotta stop the drug trade. The drug trade is out of control on these seas.
And we'll get to the slavery later.
so Ossias Sontir emerges from his lair with eyes that glow a brilliant yellow, matching the hue of the sulphurous clouds surrounding his enormous form. Enormous form. By enormous form, I mean he is. Maybe Tommy can help me because I need to navigate in this case.
It's large. Oh, huge.
Should be.
The huge.
It's huge. Okay?
He's so big.
He exudes a commanding presence as you approach him, palpable and awe-inspiring.
He is huge.
It's huge.
Well, look at the size of him.
I demand respect and payment.
Aiming.
Beware, travelers.
We're okay with the food that we don't do so well with
So,
respect.
yeah, we'll need to roll a couple of things, but let me introduce him. Beware, travelers, for these cliffs hold secrets long forgotten, and the price of curiosity may be steep. Now, first of all, Rax, you immediately find the weak spot because he absolutely opens himself up. So bing, you're on the below the neck, above the top spine. That's where I should be aiming. Thank you so
Hubris
much.
will be your undoing, my friend.
And secondly, he rolls a perception check.
Oh, son of a...
Because this is his lair, so he has.
Oh.
Don't help him.
Yeah.
Yeah, that branch wasn't
15.
there yesterday.
What's the
15. 15.
Yeah. He looks to the right. Where
Straight
Rex, where Rex and Cutting Cruxus are hiding, and says, "Don't try foolish maneuvers."
I see all.
He probably saw that. He probably saw that we were coming. You know?
He says, I have long known that you've been coming before even you decided.
Oh, that's right. He's an oracle.
That's an easy one. Trying to do some bad lip reading from the far distance.
Bad lip reading on a dragon.
The dragon.
Hey,
Yeah.
guys, I think he said he likes tea cakes.
Says he's allergic to bananas.
That's what he says, I'm sure.
We
Corey Cross is
got
like,
him
what?
now.
We should have brought some bananas.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay, he says, I've known you're going to come before even you knew it. And now you stand before me like maggots who are crawling for my attention. And you want me to look into the future. And you have 2 questions. And you have brought payment. I know. Now, before we start, I will ask some questions and see if I deem you worthy of answering yours. He turns to Ferromalars. His head turns to Ferromalars. Like, he still looked up. He didn't look. He now turns to Ferromalars, and his yellow, beaming yellow eyes. You can even see some. This is so huge. You can see some energy like moving around. It says to you, whose offspring are you?
I give him a nod of respect, but still keep eye contact.
I am the spawn of Smirnusnizjan.
He says, the ancient bronze slumbering. And
That is one of the questions.
I know
wish to ask.
that is one of the questions. He turns to Mera and says, and who are you, visitor from below the waves?
Mayra, Deep Scar, earned the name in my rite of first passage of the Azure Abyss, and devotee of Kylie, the Eternal Mother, Goddess of the Seas. If you know, then why are you asking me? No.
He tells you. He says, I know you are. And you proved that your word is trustable.
Yeah,
So
something.
he turns to Cole now and says, you must be one from the shores of Talendar. Far, far from here.
Aye.
How would you present yourself, knowing that I already know what you are going to say?
I am Ko, and I seek your wisdom and advice in the coming storms that we look to see through for the benefit of this area.
This area is not your area. This is ours, and has been since the dawn of time. So now he looks at Rax and Corinthrox and said, cliff far away. Who are those watching me? Like a fox in the bushes, hunting for a beast that it can't really capture. It would never be able to capture.
I don't think it sees us.
We're good.
The Overwatch.
These are just tactics. Is he looking dead-eye like at us?
Dead-eye.
Yeah.
Who
Good,
are
stand up.
those? You sat
Yeah, just
there.
Right.
Overwatch.
My
right?
name is Rex. I'm author.
My name is Rax. You're so far away.
Can you hear me?
I
Can you hear me? Just nod.
I can hear
I don't know
his
what you're
tiny
saying.
voice.
What? Yeah, we're all good here.
Okay, he doesn't really mind. Turns back to Nera and Ko and Feromolars. Actually talks to Feromolars like, you are a superior being to these you travel with. Lotkin, ask your question like you already almost did. But first present me with my payment. No, ask your question, and then we discuss payment.
I wish to know where my grandmother Smirnus Dirjan lairs.
She's an angry one, especially when woken. You might find your demise when meeting her and waking her from her decade-long slumber. Decades-long slumber.
Perhaps.
You still want
Perhaps
to know?
not.
That's your choice, and also your choice is to present me with something in return for this question to be answered. What have you brought to satisfy my hunger and to build my hoard? This is not
Beautiful gemstones.
Joe.
Aplenty.
Right, that takes like a handful.
Smoke comes out.
Rubies. Diamonds and emeralds.
Are you keeping all in one? Like, sees all the 20,000 season?
I think Ko would interject here, saying that we were told to show you respect and honor. This would be worthy enough to have 2 questions.
Yes, because he says, this will be enough to answer your question, he says. And then you go, no, with all respect. This is for 2 questions, please. And then somebody roll me a charisma. He's
Go for it.
Yeah. Okay. Excellent.
I don't know if it needs to be said, but I went right back to aiming.
yeah, okay.
Well, if he sees us or not, we still got to do a job.
Yep. 15,
Job must be done.
15 even.
Jobs sometimes go bad, but
That's pretty good.
I'll say how much?
50.
15.
They're like super humble and says, this is actually for questions we I will take half of it for this very, very simple question. Now, let's see your other question. The other half. What do you want?
As the troubles in this area cross to the sea, which touches all shores, and look over at Ko, as he mentioned, that's why we seek to help this area. As a part of that, our second question, how do we raise Ishara?
You mean Ishara, the soft-spoken? Yes?
Yes.
I don't hear you, little warm blood.
I'm sorry, what did he say?
Nope.
What now?
One-
Okay, he says,
I'm sorry, is there more than one Ishara? Ishara, the soft. Mayra genuinely just doesn't remember
Yeah.
that she had a moniker, so she's like,
Ishara, why do you want to raise Ishara, the soft-spoken, and how do you know where her body lies? after the Battle of the Song. That's where the uncomfortable questions.
He should pay
It's
us.
getting tense.
He should pay us.
Yes. Well, that's a clue.
While you are thinking on your answers, I ask you, True Blood and Thirsty for Omelars, why do you want to waken your grandmother?
I wish to meet my ancestor and pay my respects.
Drop a charisma deception skill
Well,
check here.
that's true. It's
You
not a
wanna?
deception.
You want to what?
I
You
want
are
to-
hiding information.
Well, no, but I said the truth, so
Partial truth.
partial.
Just take a roll.
Just roll the natural 20. It'll be fine.
Alright,
Let's see.
1 sec. Not much of a deception person.
Look into his stat. That's right. Let's see, ask something.
Well, I mean,
Meh. That's a 5.
That's a 5. I'm not even rolling, man. Like, you are hiding something. Me and that.
I
don't
I
really
always
lie.
speak the truth.
You can use the knowledge I give you, but I need to know what I cause in waves of the future.
Okay.
If you are not truthful, I will decide not to answer your question, and your grandmother resumes her slumber for
Fair.
decades to come.
Fair enough. Let me be truthful then. We wish to ask for her aid against the sea devils who are spawning and swarming in these seas.
Are you in the service of the Hall Dragons and the Council of Scales?
We are not.
Then why are you facing the Sahuagin so boldly on your own?
The Council of Half-Dragons is, fractured. They cannot make a decision.
I see.
But we are stalwart. And despise those scum.
You have fought them before. isn't it?
Yeah, and we fight them wherever we can. And spits.
You want to convince the Council of Scales by waking Smirsmordirjan to fight the Sahuagin. I understand, and I will answer your questions. Now, turns its huge yellow eyes on Mera and says, have you come up with an answer for my question? Warm blood from below the waves? You look hesitant.
No, I'm thinking. Ishara provided wisdom, hope during her time. And those are concepts that can be used in any time, including now.
Why would they would need to be used now? What need is there for Ishara? Are you about to raise a revolution?
I'm not.
Stir chaos? To question the rule of the Hall Dragons?
Do you support the Half-Dragons?
Now, Can you please, Mara, roll a history check, please?
Did you hear her question?
Yes.
Okay. Roll a
Yes,
history check. Yeah, Mayra
She's very
pays
good
so
at
much
that.
attention to surface history.
Next adventure, I advise to bring some of more of a sage type. Just one.
That's a 14.
You have some memories about the relation between dragons and half dragons here on sometimes, but you don't really remember. But there is definitely something. Did they eat each other, fight each other? Are they their servants? You don't remember, but there is something. There is definitely something between the dragons and the half dragon. It says, I don't think you can challenge them, fool. But I won those gems in my hoard. I will answer your question, and you will soon find out that the clans of Santaros are formidable and undefeated, have been undefeated for thousands of years. Whatever hero you are, whatever hero Ishara is, she has tried before. You will fall together. Gemstones will be mine. And then, from one of these pouches and belts, it brings about a little vial with yellow glowing liquid in it, and with a very quick motion of one of the claws. The other hand, because it's this big for it, unplugs it, and actually, you know what? Swallows the whole fucking thing in one. Oh, I'm sorry. Curse. Swallows the vial as it is, and you can see his eyes just pulsating with more yellow energy. And then it starts casting the spell.
And probably the entire thing shimmers and something happens, no? Some grand...
No grand issue.
Yeah, grand.
No grand
There
yet.
should be something grand.
No, not grand yet. Please.
Check the stat.
It's just speak some words of magic. Make some arm movements of powerful energy construction, and reaches into the future and holds the information tight in her head, and then opens her eyes, which still shine with yellow light, and says,
But Smirsnus did John first?
about says, what's it say? Fly through the plane. It holds her claws against his holds his claws against his formidable dragon head. It says, fly through the plains to the bosom of the Redeemer, and seek the font of heroes reborn. Only one worthy of a hero's name in 100 years will be granted life anew by the cherub of second chances, who sees to the core of your being. Closes his eyes and takes a deep breath. At this point, you can roll religion checks. And also, let's start with it. What's the highest check?
15 for me.
I got a 12.
The 15 religion check, you recognize this illusion, plane of life, positive energy. So he's referring to the plane of life and energy, the divine realm of the god of life called the Redeemer. Okay? And he says that you should actually travel. If you want to raise Ishara, your best chance is to travel to the plane of positive energy, the plane of life, the plane of the Redeemer, where there is one place called the Font of Heroes Reborn, where once in 100 years, one who is a true hero is granted life anew by the cherub of second chances, okay? Probably an angel there, right? And then, after he speaks this, he smiles and says, very interesting. Like, he just learned this information himself and says, the Font of Heroes Reborn. That is very interesting.
It was good to be a hero.
I have the capacity, magical power to take you there. I can travel the planes with magic. I can transport you as well. If you decide to follow my divination. And you can roll an insight check. Just speak out the numbers, please.
Dirty 20.
Oh, we're doing insight.
Very dirty 6.
Yeah, Mayra's not so insightful.
So, your sage, Cole, the prince from shores of Talan,
I get a 17.
knows religion and immediately sees through with a dirty 20, which is the DC section. He wants to hide this, but you see through his smile, see through his tone, realize that he has selfish motives in seeking. And he immediately offers you to take you there. You know? That's that. You can make your choice after I answer. Second. His eyes still gleaming yellow, and he starts casting a spell. He listens intently to something, and then bows his head and brings it up again and growls, and then bows his head again, and then opens his eyes and says, "The dormant bronze glares." Second. What's the fishy called? Me. So much text. Should have looked.
She?
These fishies.
Yes.
Mhm. A fish. No. He says, it's hard to look to this. Actually, he says, Srimus Dirjan sleeps with the fishes.
What?
Under the rocky dome. This place. 1 second. So far. Ideas?
I'm looking.
Here too. I should have done my homework.
Cardinal fish.
Cardinal fish, yeah. Sleeps with Srimurs Dirjan sleeps with the cardinal fish under the rocky dome. Above the peak ravaged by the twirling winds. He opens his eyes and says, "Now you know, true blood. We'll see if she consumes anger."
I think that's a signal. Okay.
That'd be good juice.
Oh my god.
It took a breath.
Before it can breathe, shoot. Yeah, and then he just snatches the chest, like slumps the top over and snatches one hand and says, "When you have more questions, seek more treasure and bring it to me." And then he turns around and slowly moves in another cave, top left one. It's lair. Or his lair. And there you stand on your gently rocking ship with these information. Now if you bring the map around there, change the scene. We can come back to this if you want, but
Is that Bulber I hear?
Yes, it's been constant. It's one of the reasons I'm staying muted over here. He has a lot to say this morning.
After the dragon leaves, would turn around and give this signal like, okay, what can I show to Rax that he doesn't go full attack mode?
I think that's the sun.
exactly whatever you do is just
If he went like this.
Just try to smile as big as he can more than anything else. And then wave and just come on back.
let's try to make this
That's for us.
a bit easier. If you make a little history check here, anybody above 15, I can have. Even Nevi, I would allow you to make like a professional int check with your tools, sort of, like intelligence plus your professionals. I'm talking to April. Mara could do you're a sailor. Studied.
21.
Oh, this is your grandmother. So you quickly come to that this.
Yeah.
Go ahead, you can.
Lars still beat me by 1, so.
Oh, no problem. You know that Cyclone Peak must be the mountain that has. Okay? And above that, there is just a couple of rocky formations. And here, you hope you can find the what fish to me again?
Cardinal.
You can
Cardinal
find
fish.
the cardinal fish that Srimurdsdirjan sleeps with. Oh no, before it leaves, I'm sorry, it also says not just your question, but if you want me to take you there, I can take you there, to the plane of
Life.
positive energy, plane of life, I take you there for free. I want to see this location for myself. It's legendary, divine place for myself. Come back to me when you remove them.
Well, I don't know what's going on down there, but it looks like we've survived it.
Cutting Cruxus stands up a bit and says,
Phil would probably say we should wait for them to return and maybe get a little distance from the
he
cave.
talks to Rax, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so Cutting Cruxus, the silver dragon, sits up and asks you, should we return? Rex?
Oh, I think you cut out a little bit, Gabor.
Yeah,
I'm cutting out?
Well,
you did a little bit. I heard he sits up, but that's all I
That's
heard.
what I was saying. I'm repeating. Can you hear me now? One, two,
Yeah.
one,
I can
two.
hear you.
Okay, so Corin Cruxus, the silver dragon, asks you, sits up, and asks you if we should regroup with the others.
Well, Cole thinks we should.
Stay.
I don't know.
Will it re-emerge from the caves, you think?
I mean, there's a chance. You know,
Okay.
maybe we. Yeah, I mean, Cole says come on down, so you know, he supersedes me in levels of authority. So yeah, let's go down there. Let's do what the prince says.
Okay. Is he a prince?
Oh yeah, he's a prince.
Oh, tell
Yeah,
me more,
no,
please.
look at this lot, right? He's a prince. She's the chosen champion of the goddess of nature. And Fermilars is the descendant of a super ancient bronze dragon. And he's the liberator, he's the breaker of chains. Look at this group. Something
are
else.
you?
Me? Oh, my dad.
Of many.
No, me, I'm
The
a bit
most
of a...
heroic endeavor of all.
I'm a bit of a, and he does that when he talks about himself. He kind of sort of soothes himself a little bit. I'm a bit of a, I'm a head taker and a troublemaker and a bit of a heartbreaker. That's what I am. And,
Corin Cruxus smiles and says, just hop on my back.
yeah, let's do it.
Oh, you're a dragon rider. And then he swoops down. Lands on the ship very soon. So, is there anything you wish to discuss?
I think Ko would go back and say that, hey, once they get back, why don't we get a little distance? Even though he's a diviner, we ought to talk about our next steps and kind of do the wink of I got some insight, but don't want to just say it right now.
Yeah, like listening. That's great. These greens are gorgeous. Alright,
The worst.
so, Mara, you take the ship out. Mara takes the ship out. Rocks.
And then once we got a little distance, Ko would just share his insight of he's offering to take us there. It seems he's got plans already for himself and not for us, and that may be very dangerous.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we all figured that out. Why would a dragon offer something for free that is of that nature? Looking at the two that we have with us versus the one we were talking with.
Yeah.
What should our play be next?
I mean, they're not trustworthy, are they?
Well, I think a diviner that has already got a reputation for greediness definitely can't be trusted too far.
Yeah. Frankly, I'm amazed that everyone walked away from that.
Yeah, I really thought we were going to take on a green dragon today.
Yeah.
It still may happen.
We'll do that next week.
I thought we were going to already put down by the end of the next week.
Alright, so
We do have plans.
We do.
you digest everything you heard, and you make put a bit of a distance between yourself. So, and inside, wake up, Srimur's dear John, because now you know where she lives. And for Feromolars, this is a moment of revelation, and you feel really happy. I mean, there's a lineage of bronze dragons who flock here. Hello, Granny! Or at least, share, ask for her wisdom, protection. Or this is major.
And Lars doesn't know his parents, so basically that's the main goal,
Yeah.
to find out who his mother or father is.
How they were.
Have
Maybe.
we, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No.
Tommy, I'm sorry. Have we made a decision on which one we're doing first? Because I would like to make a strong recommendation.
Speak your mind.
I highly recommend we find Lars's grandmama. Before going to some other place, some other world, whatever we're doing there, but that we find his grandmama, and that she may want to come with us. We'll get some more insight, some more aid, some more help before waiting up this, what's the name? Ishara?
So Ishara.
Yeah. I recommend we find Lars's grandmama. Also because it's Lars, we want to do right by him first. Do right by your people first, and then help everyone else.
Okay.
I agree.
So we will see what happens there in the next session. You will decide what you do found here. One is there, slumbering bronze. The other is a way to resurrect Ishara, but it's in a divine realm, another plane of existence.
And do we know that we need the body for that or not?
And yeah, you need the body.
Oh,
Discuss that.
okay.
Maybe
No, so we're going to have to go get the body and then bring the body to the divine realm.
Yes. Exactly. So
Okay.
There's
also,
there's a shovel on the ship. I
actually,
saw it earlier.
Zixir also mentions that bring the body and I'll take you in life. And you also suspect that there is something to do orb. The eyes were glowing the same way.
Oh, well, okay.
Yellow
it's juicing.
light. And also the dragon oracle, the green oracle was consuming the same fluid then same as Lord Physmos was collecting.
And Lord Shutterwind.
And Lord Shatter. So you instantly recognize the same whirling swirl energy. So that's where we end our session too. I would like to ask if you have any feedback, ideas, maybe some conspiracy theories from this.
I'll say I'm glad we didn't have to fight it. On the one hand, how cool to fight a green dragon, but also not every, it's nice when you can have an encounter that is just a negotiation process and trying to get information without there always having to be initiative rolled and everything else. So I'm glad we didn't have to fight it. Joe personally, I can't stand green dragons. That's like, it's like, of all the dragon species, like, yeah, I'm okay with blacks. I'm okay with reds. I'm okay with, white dragons, all this. But green dragons are like insidious, awful. And I will always remember Dragonlance and the fall of Sylvanesti and the the green dragon that corrupted those lands.
Iron Bloodbane.
They're just awful. Awful. And a green dragon oracle just sounds like nightmare fuel.
Yeah. I hope I presented it.
Yeah.
All right. Anything else?
Just to add, Joe, because yes, I agree. Not fighting was kind of fun, but it's the tension, knowing that it's there. We've created that, having fought dragons, knowing the lay of the land and the setup. It's just that we must be in good behavior, which always makes it a fun encounter. You just feel it.
I'm just wondering whether Grandmama is able to plane shift.
Yeah, how magical is she?
Yeah. Maybe she can take us to the positive energy plane and would be, because she's got her cute and bubbly.
And does her lair smell like cookies?
Right, exactly. That's the burning question.
How nice is she?
That's right.
Oh, come on. Everybody has a soft spot for their grandchildren.
Yeah.
That's right. She's got the couch you're not allowed to sit on.
I hope Lars will
Yeah,
have
he's got a little
advantage.
shawl, a little Afghan shawl.
I love it.
We will see. Tommy, anything?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. She's this ancient, dragon, but she's a grandmother, and there's her Lars boy.
Yeah, I don't know.
Can you bring milk?
Grandmama.
Tommy, anything from your end?
Please help.
That's right.
Anything for you.
Oh no, she's a hag.
She's grumpy, you heard already.
Yeah,
Sweeties.
Tommy knows
She
the
likes to
story,
sleep.
kids.
She likes to sleep.
Well, thank you so much. We'll continue with the fun. Gone? Nice. They are playing. Are you playing Crown of the Oathbreaker still?
Oh,
Can't hear
yeah.
you.
Or you're not getting picked up on the mic, I don't think.
Huh?
Yep.
Yeah, you went quiet.
I went quiet. So I
Yeah.
said thanks to John and April and Joe for joining us. Because they're lovely people. And I'm asking if you are playing and releasing more episodes of Crown of the Oathbreaker.
We are playing, and we are going to be releasing episodes here pretty soon. We've had to take a little bit of a hiatus, because we needed to, and but yeah, we'll be back at it very, very soon.
Yeah, good. So don't give up on that beast. It's a biggie. But
Oh,
we
no,
always
no.
enjoy watching your episodes. And
I
link-
cannot wait. I tell you what, I always get such a kick out of I can't wait to see your reaction, especially with we've actually played as of the time that we're here today.
Yeah.
We played 2 more sessions
Great.
that have not been released onto the channel. And just a little bit of a spoiler. One of them is the ball at the Wiltamars.
The
Wiltamar
ball
Yeah. So
that happened.
yeah, and there were things there. So I can't wait for y'all to see that and to
Yeah.
get your reaction on how
Can't
I treat
wait.
what all ended up happening and what ended up how
Conquest Paladin.
Conquest Paladin on a ball of. That's not spoiling. Okay, so we will watch that, and I hope you all kind viewers will watch it as well because it's really fun. And I hope you will check out elderbrain.com if you're interested in Torrents of the Spellhoarder after seeing us enjoying it that much as we or Crown of the Oathbreaker. And please catch us on Discord as well. Please also like and subscribe to this channel to keep track of our future sessions. And please come back next week to see how it goes with the granny and if she brought cookies.
Right.
Both
And
excited.
maybe next time, Baldur is also obviously very hopeful that everybody will join.
Yeah, where is Baldur? Show us. Hey, he has a can of Coke. Or what's that? Sprite? A potion of of tongues to comprehend languages. Hello,
Right.
Baldur.
He's awakened. He's an awakened.
An awakened
All right, he's
dog.
got a 10. He's got a 10 IQ now. He speaks perfect English.
Alrighty. Thank you so much for today, and see you next time.
You guys.
Ciao, ciao.
Bye, y'all.
Ciao.
Bye bye.